Hello, everybody. Welcome to Poetry in the Park. We are excited to be here again this week. And today we are in Hilton Park on the side of Spalding Turnpike. And we have a beautiful view of the ocean. Well, it's kind of the Great Bay Inlet, actually, officially, where we are behind us. And this park is a favorite of mine. To come and hang out, and the energy here is always cool, and it's a great place just to come and be. I meet friends here a lot. So Marilynn had the idea of Hilton Park for one of our Poetries in the Park, and here we are, magic for all of you.
Yeah.
So today we are looking at energy and Reiki and awareness of all of the sights and sounds around us that can guide us every day. And certainly with the craziness and the turmoil and the never knowing what's coming next way of life that we've had the last year to 18 months, having something that helps us to ground and having something that helps us stay in the moment and having the ability to find ourselves even when the challenges are hitting, even when something comes out of left field. It's always good to have tools in your toolbox. And so today we wanted to bring some Reiki energy to this, and we wanted to bring some numerology and some other ways to live your life in a place where you can ask for guidance and then look and see how that guidance and those signs will show up for you. And it's different for everybody. For me, the signs come on billboards, they come on vanity license plates, songs on the radio, and they all have meaning to me. Those words all have meaning. And words is what we're talking about. In poetry, they happen to have a rhyming or a flow to them, but words are words and they all have an emotional piece to them. Numbers too. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit later in one of Marilynn's poems. So today is about awareness. So we invite you during this poetry reading today to just be present, to be aware of your surroundings, to sit quietly in a room. Maybe you're sitting with your dog or your cat or family members or friends, and just be together and listen and allow the words to flow in and just see how you experience those words. And then let us know, give us your feedback, and we love to hear how these poems are inspiring you or helping you in some way. Definitely. So Marilynn Carter is here today too. So we actually selfishly are really enjoying getting together once a week.
We are.
So thank you all, because we get to get together once a week.
Yes. It's such a joyful time.
It is.
I look forward to it. And Mother Nature has been really perfect for us.
She's been very kind. So that kind of validates for us that this is good.
This is good. And this is what we need to be doing right now, right, for ourselves and for other people.
Right, exactly. So welcome.
Yes.
Welcome. And we're going to start with Marilynn's first offering for the day. So sit back and enjoy.
Thank you. Thanks, Michelle. The first poem I'm going to read is from my Reiki book. I wrote this book, it's actually now 5 years. It's kind of hard to believe. And I wrote the book as an intro for people and a way for them to get an idea of what Reiki was all about, even though they hadn't actually experienced it. And one of the neat things, besides talking all about the energy, is it has lots of stories about from my clients, my students, myself, animal stories. And they just help to give you an idea of what energy work can actually help you do. And I started out writing the book and I did a poem to go. And so the poem is called The Light of Reiki. Awakening, I feel your presence, warmth, vibration, love, healing, flow through me. I smile in gratitude, knowing you are always within me. Whether a conscious or unconscious knowing, I call upon you. Arising, I lift my hands to return the love. Standing, the energy intensifies. Me sending, you receiving. You sending, me receiving. My palms radiate as energy flows down my arms into my heart. My heart expands as all of me fills with your light. Smiling again, my whole being feels your gift wrapped around me. I joyfully begin this wondrous day, knowing your loving light is always with me. Thank you.
I love that.
Thanks. It was a fun poem to write, and it's interesting. It just came to me. It was like it wasn't planned. I didn't have any thoughts. I just started writing, and the feeling and what the universe brought to me. And I was happy with its outcome. So there you go. I share it with everyone, and I hope it helps you too.
I love that. And being at one with this energy is amazing. And, you know, we can all do it. We were all born able to channel this energy.
Absolutely.
And so much of it is living within your heart center and opening to the universe and the energy around you. It can be measured. It has been measured. So it's real, even though we can't see it. But when you open your heart, you can feel it. And it's amazing what it can bring to you in healing, physically, emotionally, spiritually, just by being present with this energy. So take in the words that Marilynn just shared with you, and maybe just sit and focus on intending for this energy to be felt in some positive way and see what happens. Try it out.
Yes, yes. And please let us know. And if you're interested in learning Reiki, we both offer Reiki. People and pets, all ages of people. So yeah,
we do.
We like sharing the word, and it's definitely changed my life so much. Things that I would never have been doing before. I would never have written poetry or be doing this if it wasn't for the Reiki.
I found that too, that Reiki's been this foundation that I work off of. And it's this beautiful, solid foundation that everything else has come from over the years, and it's now integrated in as a part of everything that I do out there.
Absolutely.
And for myself too, you know, the tools that we learn for others are the tools that we also need for ourselves. So it's always a good reminder to come home first.
Exactly. Yep.
Take care of yourself, and then you have all of the energy to take care of others, and you're not giving from an empty pot. So we encourage you for self-care, especially this past 18 months and beyond.
Oh my gosh, yes. It's been a trying year, and I feel Reiki has definitely helped me to move through this. I do self-Reiki all the time. I share with people. It just fills me up, and it helps me to be able to balance and go through each day and not get overwhelmed with all the chaos around.
One of the things about Reiki is it's one day at a time.
Yes.
And, you know, you can take it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 moment at a time.
Right.
And just be in that moment, that hour. And it's amazing what can happen when you bring your focus in. And it helps with the overwhelm and the challenges when you can just be in this moment. So we offer you that as something to play with. And because this is a recording, you can play it again and listen to that beautiful poem and see what happens for you.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. My pleasure.
So the first poem I wanted to share is called Blending. And Sunshine wrote this poem after her dearest buddy and my best mentor passed away in 2019. And at the time, it was me and Sunshine and my dear dog Dasha, who has since passed away. And it was the three of us. And it was, you know, how are we going to move forward with this huge presence of a horse that left the planet, who's still very much around? But how do we walk forward? And so she wrote this poem, and I wanted to share it with you. Blending, a balancing act of you and me, creating the time for us to see how we blend and share with each other, and what comes to pass as we walk together. Our work will be different, fun, and pure. We will bring love to many, of that I am sure. Let's look for avenues to seek what we need, to walk strongly together, knowing He is right here.
Love that. Being together. Oh, the two of you have such a special relationship.
Yeah, we really
honestly,
do.
really.
We really do.
Yeah.
I will post some pictures of sunshine on one of the posts, maybe this week's post.
Great. Yeah.
So you can get to meet her for yourself. But she's a little powerhouse in her wisdom and her knowledge, and she has told me things about herself or about our lives that were definitely foresight on her part, and this poem definitely reflects that. So you know, her motto is "This too shall pass," and she's always been right. So I hope this helps with anything that you're working through, or if you've lost loved ones or pets, know that they're still with you, and know that it's a kind of like a balancing act of how do you walk forward now with those beings and energies and friends and relatives that you do still have around you. So hopefully this is helpful in some way.
I think so. I'm going to listen to that again, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Yes. Wise.
She is wise. She is incredibly wise. She knows her stuff, people. I'm just the messenger.
How old is she now?
She is, I think, 10 or 11.
Really?
Yeah, so she's a youngster for a minute.
Yeah. How long ago did she start writing poetry?
4 or 5 years ago. She's thrown them out daily now, so it's for me to keep up with her.
The challenge.
Yeah, it's a good challenge though.
Yeah.
Keeps me grounded and keeps me focused.
Gonna get more notebooks.
I do. Yeah, I'm getting through notebooks really, really fast. So it's fun though. I love channeling these poems because she literally gives me the words and I write them down. And at the time of writing them down, I'm kind of trying to read it, but not really. And sometimes it doesn't make sense. And then I go back and I read it out loud. And I'm amazed, even now with the poems that she's pushing out this year, I'm amazed how it all comes together, and the energy and the love and the knowing that comes behind these poems is just astounding. So she's going to keep writing as long as I have pen and paper. So we're good for a while.
Okay. So we're going to get you more pens and more paper for gifts.
More pens and paper.
Okay. Keep Sunshine happy.
We've got to keep Sunshine happy.
Yeah.
That and grass.
Oh, grass.
Keep her happy.
Okay. Yep.
So what do you have for us next?
So the next one poem is called Five, F-I-V-E, like the number 5. And I'll explain why after. From the darkness, awakening, 27527, echoes, flickering thoughts, escape consciousness. What is this all for? Earth disturbed, animals emerge, man resists. Inevitably, change transforms. So this poem came about because I woke up one day and this number 27527 was in my head, and I'm like, I have no idea what that means, but I wound up writing it down and I'm like, where did this come from? And so I just left it on a piece of paper by my bed one. And then I started thinking about it. I also do another healing practice called Jin Shin Jitsu, and it works a lot with numerology. And so I decided I'm just going to add up the numbers. And the numbers came out to 23. And then if you add 2 + 3, it comes out to 5. And this year we're in a 5-year. It's a year all about change. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I was working through these changes in the dream state. And obviously it came through and it wanted me to continue working on this process.
I love that. Numerology is so powerful when you pay attention to the numbers that show up.
It really is. I mean, you know, you look at the clock and you see like 111 or 222. And my birth date is 2/22, 1946. It's all twos. And I see a lot of twos. And it's like, don't give up, you know, keep going. Don't give up before you get there. So it's like a reminder. And yeah, and the synchronicity of numbers.
I really love it. I actually play with numbers a lot. I always have.
Yeah.
When I was in school, math was my strongest subject.
Really? I wasn't good at math.
Yeah, strong. I've always played with numbers in some way or form. I've always played with them. So when I learned that numbers was actually a thing,
right,
and that they had meaning behind them, it got me even more interested in it. And I know enough to be dangerous.
Yeah.
And so I play with numbers. I'm aware of the numbers on the clock when I look at the clock or look at my phone. And I'm also, license plate, definitely. And then also when I fill up with gas, I look at the numbers for a full tank.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, I've done that for a long time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And then, you know, I don't know enough. So I have various sites online that I go to. One of them is Joanne's Sacred Scribes, I think. And I just really love her site. And it's angel numbers is her thing. But the information that comes out of these numbers, it's really, really helpful.
It is definitely. And that's what I like about Jin Shin. Once I learned that it dealt with numbers and numerology, and I started reading and seeing the connections, I was like, oh my God, there's just so much that we're not aware of. But once you start paying attention, the messages are right there for us, waiting.
Yeah, they really are. And I love to introduce people to it.
I love
to, you know, someone will send me a text message and that will be at 11:11.
Yes.
I will always text them back and say, just let you know, you texted me at 11:11. And if people know what it is, that's great. And if they don't, then I invite them to go look it up and find out more about it, because it aligns in, it synchronizes in, it's part of the flow of life. So, you know, play with your numbers.
Numbers are awesome.
It's not like school.
No, not at all. I was not good in, I could do basic math, but I didn't think about numbers in this way. And the more I do and the more I read about it, it's like everything just connects and makes sense. And the messages are there waiting for us if we look, if we're aware, if we explore.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm finding too that the numbers show up in our greatest challenges. And it's, I will go look up the number that's shown up, especially if it shows up more than once.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go look it up and it guides me right through the challenge that I'm working with. So it's another tool, and it's a great one, and it's very ancient. And so it has lots of information.
Right. And it's something that people can do for themselves.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all about, you know, offering tools so that you can be empowered to go do things for yourself. And
especially in this time,
yeah,
we need to be doing more things for ourselves. Yes. It's a time that we're not supposed to be relying on everyone for everything.
We're really not. And learning how to be able to reach out when we need to, but to know when we need to, and that the answers are actually always within us.
Right.
And so the tools help us to dig a little deeper sometimes and find those answers.
Yeah, they do, definitely.
And then you grow and expand.
Yes, and it's great.
Get to know more.
I know. So pay attention to your dreams, to your numbers.
Yes.
And see what they bring forth for you, and feel free to share. We're open to have people share their, you know, what they find out, whether it's poetry or even something else.
Yeah.
Numerology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Path.
What does 5 mean to you? It may have a whole different meaning to you.
Totally. Yeah.
So yeah, we'd love to hear from you. All right. So today is whatever the date is, but we're right in between a full moon, the harvest moon yesterday, and the fall equinox, which is tomorrow. And so it's a really powerful time right now to create a lot of change, to let go of the stuff that you really need to let go of or want to let go of, that is inhibitive, and bringing in the things you want to manifest and create. So by letting go, you open up space to then bring in the things that you're trying to or wanting to create for yourself. But you need to create the space. So if you're full of all the old stories and burdens, there's no space to bring in the new that you're looking for. So this is a great time of the year. This is a great time of the month to really focus. There's a huge truck driving by. To really focus on, make a list, write it down, sit with it, and what's old, what's not working for you anymore, what are you willing to make a commitment to release? And now this equinox and full moon is a great time to really sit with that and focus on it. So we invite you to do that. And in the light of that, I have a poem that Sunshine wrote, and it's actually for a drum circle that we are doing at the farm tomorrow. I have no idea what the date is tomorrow, but it's 21st. Tomorrow, the 20th. Thank you. It's a Wednesday.
Yes.
And it's the fall equinox. So we're doing a drum circle at the farm, and this is a poem that Sunshine wanted to share with the group that are coming tomorrow for the drum circle. So here we go. Especially you. In the change of the seasons, when all goes dark, the light inside of you always has a spark. The light is your heartbeat, your angelic self, guiding your way forward without the stealth. Stealth is the worry, concern, or the doubt, preventing you from experiencing your true and wonderful self. Notice the blocks and limiting beliefs. Know you are much brighter when your enlightened heart beats. Now is a time to release the burdens. Let go, dear one, and allow all your stories to be acknowledged and loved for all its integrity, knowing now it is ready for its next journey. Imagine your heart, body, and soul as it all becomes lighter in alignment with all. Step into your world and your wisdom within. Notice how your light becomes brighter than dim. Be yourself, be true to your voice. Let your feelings be heard and know that it's your choice. Stand in your power, your truth, and your now. Walk in your power of trusting your way. Meet all the people, elements, and guides who can see you for you and admire your journey too. Remember the importance of standing tall as we shift our energy into the fall. A time for harvest and joy in your life. May all dreams be manifest as your desires also. It's time to seek peace in all that you do. It's a moment our planet is transforming anew, and all experiences are flowing for each other, and especially you. I love her.
I love it. And it was perfect for where we are at.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
And it is so important for people to start standing in their power.
It really is. Walk your own journey and your own path, and know that there's people around that will be attracted to that in a positive way. So yeah, she just reminds me, you know, I've learned to read back the poems out loud because then I can really feel the message that she's bringing. Otherwise, I'm just a scribe and I want to be more than that.
Right.
But I love sharing her poetry because it's spot on.
Her poetry is incredible. Oh my God, the poem she wrote for me, I was like, oh. I was like,
yeah, she's amazing. That's all I can tell you. And I'm just blessed to have her in my life, but she is truly amazing.
I've never known any other animal that channeled like that. So this, for me, this is a gift to hear all her wisdom. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, she totally gets what so many people do not. That she's putting it out there to share with people. So whether you get it or not, she did. And she's helping you to feel it and find it.
Yeah, we love the little thing.
Yeah.
She's a little thing in a big,
she's adorable.
A big energy in a little body. So very grateful that she is around, and very grateful that we have found this way to communicate and also this way to share. Not only her poems, but Marilynn's gift of writing poetry too. And, you know, just bringing this energy, this fun-loving way of sharing with you. And, you know, as usual, we hope that this inspires you in some way. And that if you want to submit a poem for us to read, we're going to read it. We're not going to say yes or no, or it's not good enough, or it's this or it's that. If you submit a poem, four lines, 5 lines, 25 lines, we will read it on
just
our
not 10
Poetry in the
pages.
Park. Just not 10 pages. But we will read it, and we will share your name. And if you really want to, we can Zoom you in on this call, and you can read it yourself and be out there inspiring people with your own messages. So we hope that you will take us up on that, or at least leave us some messages or share whatever comes up for you in each of these Poetry in the Parks that we're doing. So any other closing?
I'm just grateful for this opportunity to be able to share, and hopefully it inspires maybe some of you that haven't written poetry to maybe give it a try. I know that I sent my book to someone and she said, oh, I don't write poetry. And she read the whole book and put it by her bedstand, and she wrote me, she said, you won't believe it, but I wrote a poem the next day. So, you know, that's just awesome if we can help people to find and to express what's in their inner self. Then we're happy.
We are. We're happy.
We're happy anyway. But
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to thank you for tuning in again this week, and thank you for listening. And we hope this brings you enlightenment in some way. And we look forward to seeing you at the next Poetry in the Park.
We do. See you next time.
Have a good one. Bye.